This is Patrick. He likes maps and camping. The outdoors and wildlife make him feel safe. He's worried about moving to Manila next year. But his parents say he'll be fine. He's set to make Vista GL Taft his university home. He's relieved to find that his target university is only a short walking distance away. And look, right across his building is a hospital. And if he has somewhere he needs to get to, there are 2 train stations just walking distances away. Such convenience. No time wasted. You feel safe and secure even if it rains heavily. You know how it is these days. Other university homes include Vista Heights, neighboring National Teachers College, Technological Institute of the Philippines, La Consolacion College, Centro Escolar University, and San Beda College. And even up north in Chile, Baguio City, 3 blocks away from the Convent of the Pink Sisters is Vista Brent Hill Baguio. A close distance away from Brent Baguio, one of the oldest and most prestigious international schools in the country. Students must feel like they're on vacation all year round. In the Katipunan area, where students love to explore the area for new places to eat and hang out, is the recently launched university home, Vista Point, which makes everything all the more accessible. Ateneo de Manila University, Miriam College, University of the Philippines, and the Center for Culinary Arts are all nearby. Along the diverse and interesting streets of Recto is Vista Recto, which is close to the University Belt area. Sarah is Patrick's older cousin who lives along Taft. Her university is only a short walking distance away. Whenever she needs to commute, she gets to the train station quickly and safely. Oh, and there are other schools and universities nearby. Vista Residences believes that there should be no safer place than home. That is why majority of the students choose Vista Residences. True to being the home within school distance, all our university residences have comfortable lobbies where your friends and study groupmates can meet up. Our lobbies are guarded and equipped with CCTV systems to ensure your safety. And study pods where students can peacefully and efficiently do their schoolwork. Our university homes have e-libraries, completely modern and ideal learning hubs where reading choices are endless. We also have multi-purpose halls where you can host parties, school meetings, study groups, and other activities. Keeping fit? Fitness centers are conveniently available in all our university homes. For students like Sarah and Patrick, schoolwork can be overwhelming at times. That's why Vista Residences designed amenities for the much-deserved breaks, where they can have fun and relax. And sky lounges that use solar panels, so you get to marvel at the views while taking care of our awesome planet. Wherever the dream school or university may be, or whether you aspire to be a future architect, visual artist, business professional, or culinary expert, Vista Residences exerts its best effort to make sure there's a comfortable, convenient, and secured home away from home. Vista Residences. Student living redefined.
Timeless and vibrant. Uncover an exclusive place to live, work, and play. Immerse yourself in the excitement of an edgy and colorful world out there. Step out to a world full of possibilities. Walk through a different perspective and cross boundaries. Your life designed for a unified purpose. An exploration of the world. A symphony of cultures. and a diverse community. The places you are most familiar with, as life's precious moments happen around you. A highly distinctive development, giving unparalleled privileges. A landmark in a city of landmarks. Sit down to a wonderful experience and see the world beyond mere structures and open spaces. Things differently. Take a fabulous 360-degree sight of the cityscape. Your life in full colors. The Spectrum.
For years now, Vista Residences, the condominium development arm of the country's largest home builder, Vista Land and Lifescapes Incorporated, has been providing quality condominium properties to the larger scale of Filipinos. It has been one of the active players in Manila for developing condos to cater to the needs of Filipino and foreign investors, young professionals, and students looking for a home in the city that can provide convenience, comfort, and access to almost everything through the years. At present, Vista Residences has over 39 condominium projects in metro cities, 3 of which are located along Taft Avenue in Malate, Manila. Amid the pandemic, Vista Residences is yet to launch another condominium property. A joint venture between Vista Residences and Mitsubishi Estate Corporation, this fourth condo project is dubbed as the first Japanese-inspired condominium development in Manila in honor of the partnership between the two companies. You can experience the warm condo living vibe of Japan at the historic and premium area of Taft Avenue, Malate, Manila. It is strategically located just a few minutes away from the prestigious universities in our country, such as De La Salle University, College of St. Benilde, and St. Scholastica's College. Heading to different areas of the National Capital Region is made conveniently, as Vista Residences condominiums are just a few minutes away from transportation hubs in the country.
This is Patrick. He likes maps and camping. The outdoors and wildlife make him feel safe. He's worried about moving to Manila next year. But his parents say he'll be fine. He's set to make Vista GL Taft his university home. He's relieved to find that his target university is only a short walking distance away. And look, right across his building is a hospital. And if he has somewhere he needs to get to, there are 2 train stations just walking distances away. Such convenience. No time wasted. You feel safe and secure even if it rains heavily. You know how it is these days. Other university homes include Vista Heights, neighboring National Teachers College, Technological Institute of the Philippines, La Consolacion College, Centro Escolar University, and San Beda College. And even up north in Chile, Baguio City, 3 blocks away from the Convent of the Pink Sisters is Vista Brent Hill Baguio. A close distance away from Brent Baguio, one of the oldest and most prestigious international schools in the country. Students must feel like they're on vacation all year round. In the Katipunan area, where students love to explore the area for new places to eat and hang out, is the recently launched university home, Vista Point, which makes everything all the more accessible. Ateneo de Manila University, Miriam College, University of the Philippines, and the Center for Culinary Arts are all nearby. Along the diverse and interesting streets of Recto is Vista Recto, which is close to the University Belt area. Sarah is Patrick's older cousin who lives along Taft. Her university is only a short walking distance away. Whenever she needs to commute, she gets to the train station quickly and safely. Oh, and there are other schools and universities nearby. Vista Residences believes that there should be no safer place than home. That is why majority of the students choose Vista Residences. True to being the home within school distance, all our university residences have comfortable lobbies where your friends and study groupmates can meet up. Our lobbies are guarded and equipped with CCTV systems to ensure your safety. And study pods where students can peacefully and efficiently do their schoolwork. Our university homes have e-libraries, completely modern and ideal learning hubs where reading choices are endless. We also have multi-purpose halls where you can host parties, school meetings, study groups, and other activities. Keeping fit? Fitness centers are conveniently available in all our university homes. For students like Sarah and Patrick, schoolwork can be overwhelming at times. That's why Vista Residences designed amenities for the much-deserved breaks, where they can have fun and relax. And sky lounges that use solar panels, so you get to marvel at the views while taking care of our awesome planet. Wherever the dream school or university may be, or whether you aspire to be a future architect, visual artist, business professional, or culinary expert, Vista Residences exerts its best effort to make sure there's a comfortable, convenient, and secured home away from home. Vista Residences. Student living redefined.
Timeless and vibrant. Uncover an exclusive place to live, work, and play. Immerse yourself in the excitement of an edgy and colorful world out there. Step out to a world full of possibilities. Walk through a different perspective and cross boundaries. Your life designed for a unified purpose, an exploration of the world. A symphony of cultures and a diverse community. The places you are most familiar with as life's precious moments happen around you. A highly distinctive development, giving unparalleled privileges. A landmark in a city of landmarks. Sit down to a wonderful experience and see the world beyond mere structures and open spaces. Things differently. Take a fabulous 360-degree sight of the cityscape. Your life in full colors. The Spectrum.
Nothing is as precious as life's fleeting moments. In them, we feel alive. In them, we see the things that matter most. Vista Residences lets you live in these moments by being just a heartbeat away from everything. Whether in pursuit of dreams or in pursuit of the best things in life, no one should be too far away from where their passions reside. We create beautiful spaces to live in the middle of the city, so anyone can make of the moment and live those moments beautifully. At Vista Residences, we're proud to build according to the idea of the global Filipino. We set our sights to global standards while keeping to a distinctly Filipino touch. At Vista Residences, one will never be away from where the heart is, because we will always be in the heart of the city. Whether for leasing or for owning, make an investment that matters. Invest in Vista Residences. It is where life's best moments happen.
Vista afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our Investment Lab series. I am Jay from the Loop at Limkit Center, Cagayan de Oro. And here with me is my partner, Joel. Hi, Joel.
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Joel from Suarez Residences, Cebu. And how is everyone doing naman today?
Oo, kumusta naman ang ating mga viewers, no? Ready na ba kayo sa upcoming long weekend? Let us know in the comment section below. Pero how about you, Joel? What are your plans for the long weekend next week? May naisip ka na bang gusto mong gawin or any plans?
For me, of course, meron na akong plano, Jay. Siyempre, dapat yan i-plan ng advance kasi siyempre, di ba, long weekend. So, kailangan sulitin natin lahat, di ba? Pero kasi for
Yes.
me and my family, we usually celebrate my mom's birthday during that long weekend. So, salo-salo lang as a family, quality time together, ganon. Ikaw, Jay, may plans ka na ba?
Actually, Joel, my mind is set way before. It's just simple. It's a video game weekend with my little brother. Man cave muna kami for now. How about our viewers? Let's read what the viewers have in mind for this upcoming long weekend. So,
Ayan, let's read our comments here from Miss Mina, bonding with the family. Hashtag Vista Residences, hashtag Investment Lab. Same pala
wow.
kami ng plano.
And another comment from Miss Judith Lovendino. Sa bahay lang po sa long weekend, no budget and ingat na din sa COVID. Yes, definitely, Joel. Mas better
Mm-mm.
kasi na sa bahay lang para mas safer.
Of course, para safe, 'di ba? We have our next comment from Mr. Jock De Ramos, quality time with my parents. Wow, ang dami nagpa-family time yata siguro
Family
for
time
this
talaga. Ako
weekend.
with my
Oo.
brother. And another from Miss Evie Balana will read books. Hashtag Vista Residences, hashtag Investment Lab. Definitely maganda din yan for
Mm.
the weekend.
Wow, ang ganda naman pala ng mga plano ng viewers natin. Well, I think everyone's all set naman for the long weekend na some will spend quality time with their loved ones as was seen in the comments. For some naman, it's set for their own productive engagement. Pero guys, may 1 week pa tayo of working week. So for our
Yeah.
viewers naman na working from home, kumusta naman yung work from home setup nyo? Kasi 'di ba Jay, for some of us na work from home medyo di pa rin nakaka-fully adapt to this kind of
Mm-mm.
setup, 'di ba?
I agree with you, Joel. Because iba talaga pag nasa office ka, nagtatrabaho compared to a work from home setup. But the question
Mm.
is, how can we make our home setup work friendly? Let's find out in today's episode of Investment Lab, Psychology of Interior Design and Boosting Productivity. We will be your host for today's very timed topic on improving one's productivity. So, Joel, are you also excited with what's in store for us today?
Yes, of course, syempre, Jay. That's why before we start, we would like to encourage everyone to like and share this live stream because we will be giving out prizes to 3 lucky viewers. All you have to do is like, share, and drop a comment on the live stream below after you're done with the first 2 steps. Again, like and share our live stream and then comment down below once you are done. And by that, you'll have a chance to be one of our lucky 3 winners.
Wow, that's very exciting indeed, Joel, no? So, I encourage you all to join and be one of the lucky winners of our like and share live stream raffle promo. By simply liking and sharing, you will have a chance to win 500 pesos.
Yes, that is why do not forget to like and share this live stream so you can be one of our lucky winners. All right, sige Jay, let's move on to the next part of our
Sige.
program. Let us all welcome our speaker for today. She is the senior interior designer of Maya Franco Design Group, and she is a graduate of BS Interior Design from the University of San
Wow.
Carlos, batch of 2015, and in the same year took and passed the PRC licensure exam for interior designers. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Miss Ashley Jugarap.
Hi, good afternoon. So, I'm interior designer Ashley Dyan Jugarap, and I'm here to discuss to you about psychology of interior design and boosting productivity. So before I start, I would like to thank Vista Residences, especially to Miss Joel for inviting me to this talk as a guest speaker. And also, I would like to make a quick disclaimer that I am no psychology major and I am an interior designer. So everything that I'm going to share to you today will were based on my experiences as a designer and based on gathering data from my fellow colleagues and friends. So yeah, let's start. So for today's talk, my objective my objectives are for you to understand the effects of interior design applied to a space in your everyday life. And I hope it can also give you awareness on how the surroundings affect yourself and your productivity. And this talk may also convey ideas and motivation for you to improve your lifestyle and work ethic through interior design. So I hope this talk will make you realize things and can help you in your everyday work life. So what is interior design? So maybe a lot of people were questioning does interior design really help in our everyday lives? So based on our Republic Act 10350, Philippine Interior Design Act of 2012, interior design refers to the science and art of planning, specifying, selecting, and organizing the surface finishes and materials, including furniture, furnishings, and fixtures, and other interior design elements for the purpose of interior space allocations to suit, enhance, and meet the intended function, movement, and character for which the interior of the building is designed. So, the description made by the Constitution is quite mouthful, and this means that our profession and career are not only based on looking the place aesthetically pleasing, but we also cater the correct function and to be able to give a sustainable environment for the inhabitants. So, wag niyong maliitin ang mga interior designers because we also do technical work and not just making things pretty. So, here's our topic for today, psychology of interior design. So, some people might think why interior design involves psychology. So, we the designers we study the human's mind and behavior through art. So, im- uh, so other professions might be catering this, might be catering this not through art but through technicality, through math, through other subjects or other other stuff for them to give a psychology or understanding a human's mind. And here are some factors that give interior design here are some factors that can give the interior design a better understanding. So color is a great factor that involves psychology of interior design, since color can evoke emotion. Color can give a big impression to an interior, to even to a small space. Color can give a great impact to a human's mind, since you can see color visually, and visuals are captured by the brain faster than rather than sound and through smell. So here are some colors that I will discuss to you on how this will affect in your interior. So first will be red. So when you see red, it's very impactful, and you can see red in fast food restaurants, since we need to catch the attention of the customers, and usually reds are not used at homes because reds are very and they're too energetic, too it's like danger, and we want our homes to be comfy, to be serene, to be a place where we can rest and not to be too loud. So reds are usually not seen in our homes. But in this picture, if you are really into reds, you can tone it down and use a burgundy one and have everything neutral, because having a red piece in your home is already making a focal point. And throw pillows so that it won't shout the space. You can use throw pillows, and if you're really scared of using reds, pink tones are also acceptable. Not everyone, but most of the people or the interiors right now are using the shade of pink. But in this picture, I personally don't like using reds, but if you really want to look the space impactful, or so impactful or something like that would shout for that area, a red would do, but this is not usually used at homes. So next would be yellow. So if you can see yellow, you can see sunshine, you can imagine happiness or joy. And through these items, these are these are the things that you can use for your homes. So if you want some yellow tone for your beddings or for your bedroom, you can tone it down by using mustard and matching it with a neutral color, gray or some other autumn color like orange or brown. Because having yellow in a bedroom is quite weird for me as a designer, because your bedroom should be a resting place and it should not shout any color. So you can tone it down by using a mustard and matching it with a neutral color. And yeah. So here are other items that could go for yellow. You can use yellow through artwork or through pillows or even the shade of the basket. Since the basket can be neutral, depends on the finish of the material. So you can use that for your interior as well. But don't overdo the decorating, since you need to have a clean space and not shouting of colors. And for other items like the flatware, utensils, and hardwares for the cabinets, you can use gold or champagne. If gold is too loud for you, you can use the champagne color. It's like a muted tone gold. Next would be orange. So just like yellow, orange can be a color of joy and happiness and full of energy. So here's the example that I mentioned earlier, that if you want to put orange in your bedrooms or in your space that you could dress, you can tone it down by darkening it into, let's say, maybe a terracotta. And if you really want the orange tone for your interior, I suggest that you can use that into a one big piece like a sofa, since it's a shouting color, and if putting too much orange can make the space too loud, and just make this one piece your focal point for the room, and everything can be neutral or just white or dark. this piece can already be the focal point in your room. Just don't overdo things so that it doesn't shout. And if you want some lamps, a a table lamp will do in the tone of brown since they're in the same family. Because orange can be too loud, and I also read that orange can be good for dining areas since it opens your appetite, and you can use orange for your plates or flatware. And here, if you're really afraid to use orange for your interiors, the nude tones are very helpful for your accessories. Like, you don't have to paint an orange wall. You don't have to paint your rooms the whole color, because you can try at least making putting some of the accessories, since you cannot spend that much. But if you have spare items at home, you can always use that and match them properly. And yeah, next color will be green. So if you can see green, it gives you the it gives you a fresh mood. That's why you will watch greenery when your eyes are tired, or when you need to breathe the fresh air. You need to go to a you need to go to a place where there are a lot of plants. But I mean, in the reality, some of us didn't live where there are a lot of plants, because we're in an urban place. So the color can also calm your mind, and through flatware you can use green and match it with a wood tone. And here there's a kitchen, and here is a wall paint using a sage green. Mostly my examples are muted tone, like the base tone is gray, since for me having a base tone of gray it makes the color better, because it doesn't shout, and it's not loud, and even though it has color, it's still calm, in my opinion. So don't be afraid to use dull colors, because other people might be thinking like dull colors are boring or stuff like that. But it makes the space more sophisticated as well. So if you're very adventurous enough, you can go with the dark green. I mean, personally, I like this type of green because it's very bold and it's very me. And yeah, but if you're really scared to use colors, I mean, it's natural to human beings that are scared to use colors. Just try to use plants. Plants are always there. You can remove it if you don't want. So yeah, next would be blue. Blue is a very calm and serene color. And I also read an article that blue is the most liked color in the world. So I guess there's something about blue, because blue also represents trustworthiness. That's why logos like Visa, Facebook, and other social media accounts are colored blue, because that's what they think, that a blue colored logo is a trustworthy company. So here are the examples of blue tone interiors. So again, I like uh, colors with gray undertone are very calm and serene for me, since it has a neutral base and you can match it with anything, and it's not tacky. So as you can see here, there are mostly they are dark blue, because I can see that dark blue is a very formal color, and unlike powder blue, what that sky blue. There's like those are like 90s colors, but if you want a very bold and very mature color, but not using black, you can go for blue. Just like previous colors, this sofa can be the focal point to your room. For this area, they are putting dark blue for their walls and an accent white on up above. So if you want blues, then why not? So next will be gray. As you can see the images, everything here is gray, of course, since we're talking about gray. And it's very monotonous, and my pictures are very monotonous because gray can be matched with different shades of gray. Unlike other colors, they can be, it might look very tacky if you put red and a light red and another dark red. So those colors can be matched with, or best matched with neutrals like gray, whites, and black. So for gray, you can go monotonous all over it, but some other people don't want to put grays on their wall because it's boring and flat. But this also gives a sophistication to your interior. So don't be afraid to use gray as well. It's not boring actually. It will really make the space look sophisticated as long as it's being done properly. So yeah, here's a workspace here that they're full of gray. And yeah, the kitchen. You should also take note of the finishes, like the glossy finish, the eggshell finish, the matte finish. Mostly the space looks sophisticated because they're using matte or eggshell finish. Glossy, um, glossy is for the stone finishes that looks fancy, but right now we're in our homes. We can't go glossy we can't go glossy everywhere, especially for floorings, since they are for safety also. So next will be white. White is a very serene color. That's why hospitals are white. Most of the general colors of houses are white, since it makes their space look bigger. And if you're going for white on white, will look everything will look bigger and comfy, and it shouts home, like it hits home. Like you can go white here, white there, and just a just a little bit of wood tone, and everything is in place. Even though their the design of this chair is old, this is a modern chair. If even though they have different designs, you can still match them because of their upholstery color. And the pots here, you can really match white on white on white also, since it's a neutral color. Then for this kitchen, you can white is very good for ambient lighting, since you can really see the color of the true color of the light, and it reflects very well. And for the bedroom, of course, who doesn't love to have white sheets or beddings, especially they're being washed, they're freshly washed. Oh, that's the white is like the most comfy feeling. And this is a workplace that uses white. But the sad thing is white can be easily the sad thing, white can be easily get dirty, or if you have visitors, I mean, if there's no more COVID. if you have visitors, they will be like cautious because I might spill something. I might put a stain on their chairs because they're white. So it's very it's very it's very critical to use white as well. But if you can maintain white, then why not? So lastly, yes, lastly would be black. Um, Personally, this is my favorite color. And as for other people, black can make the space look smaller, but I don't think dark colors can really make the space go smaller because you cannot see the shadows on the corners, especially you're painting dark colors in the room. You can't really see the corners or their shadows. That's why it can still make the space look larger. But for small materials, like small items, you can use black for your organizers matched with wood tones. I mean, you can buy them in Shopee, right? And everything right now is online. So even with small materials, you can really achieve the work workstation that you want. It doesn't have to be a big renovation. You don't have to spend a lot for your workstation or workplace unless you really want to. Then this is a workstation, a very neat black workstation. And also this kitchen, as you can see, they're using matte finishes again for the doors. And it doesn't even look bulky. It even looks sophisticated. And if you're really into black but don't want the walls to be black, you can use uh these organizers. And I see some people who are very who has a lot of time doing craft. They put covers on their books, or I don't know if they are fake books for display, or they put the same color of covers to their books and display them because they want them to be monotone. Maybe they have the luxury of time to do that, no? So yeah, that's all for color. So I hope through that you can figure out the color that you want for your interior. But it doesn't mean that if you love coffee, you love the color brown. And you should also always try and and always try until you can succeed the thing that you want. Next would be light. This is also a great factor that this is also a great factor that connects with psychology of interior design. So natural light, uh, as you can see in the images, natural light can affect your workplace. Like in here, there's two images below. You can see direct sunlight from their windows because natural light can make you productive because it gives you energy. As a human, you need to consume sunlight every day, even for how many minutes or just like that, just to give the energy and do your do your work throughout the day. So just like the interior, it gives life to the interior. So if you will close the windows and there is a bit of darkness, maybe it will slack off. You don't want to work anymore because it's dark. Some people are like that, I mean, uh my I mean, all of us are different. Like we can work on natural light, some can work some can work at dark. So just know what works for you. So in this picture over here, this is a sunset light. So as you can see, if you, it's your space can be hit by sunset. It's very pretty, but at the same time, some can be sleepy because sunsets are during the afternoon, of course, and the light can also affect your brain. But some can still work during this time with this type of light. That's why other people would rather close the curtain and turn on their daylight or their general lighting in their room since they cannot work on a sunset light. Just know what works for you. Artificial light. So in here, you can see the images that are using artificial light. Uh, this kitchen above, as you can see, there is a cove lighting, or rather task light. These are used in the kitchen when you're slicing some apples, or you just want to wash your plates. This is very useful for the kitchen. And there's nothing wrong to use artificial light because some other people are very conscious about lighting, but at night you really need to use artificial light. You cannot say no to artificial light. And task lighting is very important, especially to workspaces. I mean, if you work in the kitchen, you really need to have an ample lighting so that you can work properly. And in here, these are just some examples of artificial light. If you want to create a mood, you can go for warm white. If you're confused about warm white is like a um an orange colored light. It's uh it's like a 3000 K color temperature. That's warm white. So this can usually warm white can create a mood for your room. If you want this mood for your room, then you can go for warm white instead of using your general lighting and the ceiling. Usually warm whites are used in floor lamps, table lamps, and pendant lamps because they create the mood of the room rather than using warm white and down lights, or what mostly people call pin lights. Since pin lights are for general lighting, you will use mostly this color daylight or cool white. But in the Philippines, I noticed that warm white can be too hot for us because we live in a tropical country. So that's why I'd rather use daylight for general lighting and warm white for accent lightings only. So for this setup, as you can see, he's using artificial light for this desk lamp, and he has a backlighting on his setup. So if it works for you, then you can use this type of lighting because some people don't want a non-direct light. They just Yes, they want that direct light from the ceiling because they want their space to be well lit. So you can try at least, even because some people can be focused more if their light is just that table lamp beside them and everything else is dark. It depends on it depends on what the person really needs. So you really have to determine what you really want. So personality. And next would be personality. Interior design and personality go hand in hand. And without personality, the interior will be it's like for non-inhabitant, because interior design needs to interior design the interior designer and the client needs to work hand in hand for the interior designer to give the inhabitants the interior that they want, that that reflects the client, because they're the one who live this who will live who will occupy the space, so it should speak about the client. So here are some examples that will reflect someone's personality through interior. So for this bathroom, uh, for this green and peach bathroom, this can you can tell the client is very adventurous with their decisions, because only a few people can dare to go this type of bathroom rather than go for gray, black, or white, or just monotone. This is a very well designed bathroom for me, and it's like a Miami Miami tropical bathroom. So you can really tell someone's personality by watching their interior. I mean, by witnessing what you can see in their interior. So just like this, I see some of people right now love organizing their pantry, even though their pantry is not that big. It doesn't matter. If you really want to go for well organized pantry or just snack bar, you can really achieve this. You can just go order them in Shopee like that and online, and there you can really do your thing and go organize all the ingredients, all your snacks, all the condiments, and it really shows also someone's personality that they want to be organized. Some people just want their original packaging, just place it there. I mean, there's nothing wrong about that, but we're talking about personality, so you can really see the difference between people and what they want to do with their everyday life. And for lastly, for this interior, some people might not like this because it's very plain, but some people would really want this interior. I mean, personally, I like that. I like this interior because it's very plain. It's boring for some, but based on personality, um, there are busy people who just want a a place to rest. No busy prints, just like this bathroom, or I mean this wallpaper. So they would rather go for concrete finish, ceiling, walls, and neutrals for their furniture. Very very monochromatic. And as we can see, their curtains are using shears. They're not using blackout, so it can still absorb light from the outside, which makes the space not too dead. But even though, but some people are like they're quiet. They don't talk that much during an interview or client meeting, but they want something like this. Maybe it's also an outlet for them to express their other parts of themselves, which is good. and and yeah, I think maybe some it's like their alter ego, and you can really tell someone through through understanding them and whatnot, and looking at their choices. So next example will be here. It's these two pictures are very extreme for me. If you some would want a very minimalist kitchen. I mean, this is very clean, and this is a very luxurious or a very busy kitchen. So some might some might be like, oh, I want this color and this wood to be here. What can or this material, they want all the finishes. I mean the yeah, finish like glossy and the color, and but in a minimalistic way. So we as designers, we will coordinate with the clients. So for me, I'll take the colors, uh change the change the wood patterns into a more subtle patterns, and the stone, well, I will change this type of marble into a more discrete pattern, since they want to achieve a more minimalistic look, but with this type of color palette. So, but without this chandelier, of course, like if you really want to if you really want this chandelier, you should also consider the maintenance, since our country is very dusty and we cannot always clean our chandeliers unless you're well privileged. Someone will clean it for you, but it's very impractical for me. But unless the client really wants that luxurious look, so why not? So these are very extreme differences of two kitchens of each client. So for your bedrooms, here is a more realistic way. Like if you want to be more comfy, if you want to be more comfy in your bedrooms, you can just go for a sheer curtains, and this bed is even using wooden crates as their bed frame. So the bed mattresses are just on the floor, but not directly. Just make sure the wood crates are well finished and um they're being the the sharp parts are being removed, so to prevent accidents and prevent you to get hurt. And having a low having a low height beds can also make a comfy place, since if you're down there and if you're not the usual height of the sitting arrangement, it's and your your feet your feet is very, and you can reach the floor easily, it's very homey and comfy for a person, rather than sitting in a bar height chair, for example. It's very uncomfortable, even though how um comfortable the cushion is. But if your feet is flat on the ground, or you're just near on the ground, it's more comfortable. That's why this table is just like the same height as the bed. You can really achieve this look or bedroom by not spending too much. Just know what you want to put in your bedroom, but always remember not to overdo things, because if you're gonna buy this, buy that, you're gonna waste money, and you're everything will be chaotic already. Just make sure what you want to buy, and make sure it's what you really want. So for this bedroom, as you can see, the person living here might want be a more secluded or a more private feel for a bedroom. So dark walls can make that can make that mood for you. But if you're really scared or really not sure about dark walls, then just try using artwork that are in dark tones rather than painting everything with dark already and yet you're unsure. But you can always ask a designer to to do a to do a mock up for this or a 3D. So here are yes, including the wood tones. This can also create this can also create a feel of being private, being secluded, since they're dark and it matches everything against the white sheets here, including the plants. So even though it's dark, it's not flat because of the different materials used and different textures. So here for these are pictures of different working space. As you can see, you can see the different personalities of this workspace. So by in here, this rightmost pictures, you can see um, he or she might be a Star Wars fan. So displaying things that you really want near your workplace or just there in your workplace can also create a good mood for you, since you can see, oh, my collection is there and it inspires you. But if it triggers your but if it triggers irritation, then might as well remove it rather than displaying everything there and yet you're just being annoyed. You're just making yourself being annoyed by what you're doing. And here, if you're more girly, and you can see that you can display pictures of your friends, or I don't know. Yes, you can display pictures of your friends or your loved ones, putting knickknacks in your shelves. If these things inspire you, then why not? You should always know what you will put or you will do for your space, because what we're trying to do here is to make yourself more productive and not being distracted about the things around you. So if you can work with this setup, then why not? Because we're all different. And for this setup, she's putting a an artwork. This is also a this is like a life motto. I can't read. And she has a lot of stuff in her table which I'm not a fan of, same as this. But if if you're productive by this setup, then you can go for it. And for this one, if you're more on the s- secluded if you're more on the secluded personality, you can always have this look. It's very clean. A light tone would be good against a dark tone wall. And just display a few stuff that can trigger your work ethic, that can inspire you to do more. And yes, he's using sunlight. So personally, this is my favorite setup because among the four, this is my favorite because I don't really like a lot of stuff on my table, and except the part where there are shelves. I'd rather put a closed cabinet here because I overthink. As a human being, I overthink a lot, and I'm really scared of things that will fall off in front of my face. Just like this, like what will I do with this hat? Like I just don't understand some things that other people might like, but it's their personal choice. So I'm not using this room, so it's fine. But for me, this is the best setup since for me I can work more in this setup rather than these three. So next will be okay. This is my setup at home. Yes, it's pretty dark and at home I can work more at night rather than daytime because during daytime you can hear people. I can hear people and motorcycles and other vehicles because my room is next to the road and it's very distracting and I can't really work, and then family is also there. Like it's very distracting. In in a short story, it's very distracting to have um it's very distracting to have a work from home setup during daytime, and that's why I have this setup, and it's at night because I always work at night during my work from home setup last year. And so as you can see, I don't have anything on the wall, and this can give me more focus to my work, which is facing the monitor. And if you can notice, I don't have space for my notebooks and stuff because I rarely use them. I just use them when I work. After working, I keep them because I also lack storage. Um honestly, I didn't really spend f- in for items for my work from home setup. I just want to work properly. So the best thing I can do is to get the job done, of course, and setting the right mood for me to work properly. That's why I decided to work at night rather than be up in the morning and I cannot work honestly. And yeah, so yes, this is I'm even using just a folding table because this is during my work from home. Currently this is my setup now, but more or less this is what's my setup last year, except with different CPUs and monitors. So I just want everything I need that I just want everything that I need near me, like the water. I don't want to go down again and get water. And of course, if you're a coffee lover, I always prepare coffee beside me and a snack. Because for me, if you always go stand up and get some stuff, get another stuff because they're not reachable from where you're stationed at, it can it can be a waste of time and effort. Honestly, even though you just think I'll just get something, it will take few seconds, and sometimes you will forget. Oh, I still have work because you're stuck in the kitchen already and snacking. That's why it's it's why you need to be aware of your actions and your time, especially in work from home setup. So my other side of my setup, it's where I put my laptop, and beside that laptop it's where my few of my books, and I don't even have a pencil holder. I just put it there where I can see them so that when I need them, I it just an easy reach in my arm with my arm. Yeah, and yes, there's a an electric fan. Honestly, I don't have an ACU in my room. Don't be like, don't think that interior designers are all like well privileged and like that. There's just given by my parents. I mean, use what you have also. You don't have to be maarte to have the workspace you like. Just be resourceful and make it work. That's it. So I don't even yeah, I even have an extension cord here because you just need to be resourceful of what you have because the work from home setup is very hard and we're all adjusting to it, and you really need to do what you have to do in order for you to be productive at home. So yeah. So perception is also one factor of the psychological effects of interior design. So what do you mean by perception? The designer and the client are two different people, of course. So they have different they have a different point of view of each situation. When the client wants his house to be like this, the designer always explained to the client that okay, we will achieve this, but something, the consequence will be this. It's not a bad thing for me when the client says the bad side of the choice that the client wants, but for me it's like an aha moment, like, oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, I- can we do something about that? And because we're here to help the clients achieve what the look they want, at the same time to be sustainable, because we want the client to be happy, of course. So if if you still don't understand what perception means, so this is a common optical illusions through perception. uh, some of you for this first picture, some of you might think that this is a plant, a flower, and some of you might think this is a face of a woman. And yes, there are two characters that you can see, or two ideas that you can see. So that's why it has two opinions. Two opinions can be brought and be and make and can make a one good idea. So for this picture, you can see two old people facing each other at the same time. There are two people. Um, I can't even see the second idea. Okay, you can see two old people facing each other and two people looking at each other, or I think they're bonding because the other one is playing the guitar, the other one is carrying some, what's this, a jar on her head, and there's a archway with a woman, and this could also be the ears of the old man. And here you can see the bottle beside the woman, but for the old woman, this is the earrings. Am I right? Yep. And for this one, as a whole, from afar you can see a picture of a skull, but when you analyze the picture, you can see two people dating and marrying. So that's what perception looks like. You can see things that other people can see, just like the designer, just like the relationship of the designer and the client. The designer can see things which the client don't. So it's important to have a good communication so that both parties can be happy, and yeah, but this also doesn't apply only to interior designers. This can also apply to other professions, because good communication and comprehension can give you a good relation. So for this, um, for ordinary people, this may look similar. These three images look similar. Example, um, they want this look, this neutral monotone bathroom. And for designers, for if I will be asked what's my cons for this interior, for this first picture, I am not really fond of overtop wash basins, because my reason for that is when there are water that is being spilled on top of the counter, you cannot wipe it going to the wash basin, right? So you have to I mean, don't tell me you're just gonna drop it on the floor. No, but you're just gonna wipe it so that there will be no more water. But the easier part will be this. It's more practical. I mean, not easier, because if the sides or the countertop is wet, you can just wipe the water going down there rather than um going to the floor. It's even messier. But if you really want a countertop wash basin, you can use this wash basin. It's quite wide because this can help prevent the water from going on the countertop. It can still catch the water, so it's less spillage. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's what the client wants. But we always make sure that we will tell you what are the consequences are for this design, so that you'll be aware at the same time. So also, what I can see, some clients doesn't want this P trap to be seen. Uh, If you can check under your basin, you can see P traps. And some other clients want to cover it using drawers or a faux cabinet, but the consequences for that are when you need to fix or replace the P trap, it will still do a lot of work. Unless it's a drawer, you can remove it, but it will create another work rather than just easily replacing a P trap. If it is a faux cabinet, you'll still remove the cover and fix the P trap, or replace the P trap. Then next you will cover it again. So this solution, I don't know if it's a permanent solution, or this is also a clever solution just to put a basket. But just be aware that there's moist going on down there, since water comes through here, and this is uh, a natural material, so it's natural for them to go rot, because they're not, unless this material is synthetic. But if it's a natural material, just be careful not to use them near the water line, since it will create molds. As for this one, some would want a wooden shelf underneath. Again, wood materials can warp, and there is a P trap underneath, and moist can it creates moist, and this can also make the beautiful wood into an ugly wood later on. So we have to foresee what the design is gonna look like in the later in time, because we want, as much as possible, we want the design to remain as it is for a very long time, since we're not rich people that can change our interiors time to time. We just want everything to be permanent rather than temporary. So, yeah, I hope you get my point that we have different solutions for every problems, and there's always a consequence for every idea. But at the end of the day, it's a client that will decide. So, lastly, the one of the most lastly the one of the important factors of interior design is creating a safe space. So, as what I mentioned earlier, interior design can't be achieved, especially in residential places or in your personal space, if it doesn't create a safe space. It's like you need to feel that you're at home, because that's what we're meant to do. Not like, oh, I don't belong here, this doesn't suit me, and this is not me. And that's why you need to coordinate with your designer, or with your designer, that this is what you really want, because you're the one who's going to use the space, and we understand that we're just there to guide you, to help you achieve that safe space that you want to achieve. So don't be shy to coordinate with your designer in case, or for me, you need to know yourself better, because sometimes some clients want to do this, want to do that, because I saw this in the internet, because I saw this of Heart Evangelista's house. I saw this in who's that? Small Loudest house. I want to have this at home, but at first, of course, if you really want to have that interior, you really need to have that same budget like what they have, and they are they are rich people, so we can make it like a more a more budgeted one. But don't go for it just because it's a trend, because trends can be they can be gone. They'll be gone for quite some years. Even in interior design, I really appreciate people who want just neutral tones, or just the simple design that is also functional and that can serve them well. Because if you want to go for a trend, later on you want to be, I want to change this now because it looks luma, and you spend another you spend another but if you have the budget, of course, why not? But most importantly, we really want to create a safe space for the inhabitants for their area. That's one of the things that's one of the things that is very important in interior design. So right now I'll be uh, giving you examples on how to boost productivity through interior design, especially in your workplace. So, ample lighting. Earlier, I showed you that my workspace is very dark, and my examples here have ample lighting, right? I'm not even applying what I do, but I'm not even implying what I'm making as an example, but if you know that it works for you, just do it. But during daytime, yes, ample lighting will really help you because it will focus you more on the things on your table or on your screen. And without ample lighting, especially during daytime, you'll just go slack off and I don't want to do this and I just want to go to sleep. But we're here to work, right? So let's go for things that can make us work, especially at home here. Make everything you need within reach, as what I discussed earlier in my setup, because it decreases time and effort spent for unnecessary movement. Aside from time, you'll be spending effort or energy for unnecessary things, just like uh, I have to get my ball pen in the other side of the room. That's why you really need to put things near you, especially the ones you need when you work. It's very time consuming if you'll place your stuff from other side of the room. You know you really need it. Why do you put it there? And it consumes time and energy as well. So that's why you need to place your books. If you really need books, put your books on top of the shelf. Or for me, it's very practical to put storages under your desk because you can just open the storage and you can get the things you need. But in my case, I don't have budget. So that's why I put my stuff on top of the table on the right side so I can just reach them easily and use them. You don't need to stand up, get the stuff from the other part of your room, and yeah, just put the things that you need near you. And next will be put small items on your table that motivates or inspires you and not just because it's a trend. That's what that's what I said earlier. Like if it inspires you to work better, a picture. If you're into anime, you put a poster there. If you're into K-pop, you put poster of some K-pop. What's that? K-pop groups like Twice and Big Bang. And if you're into photography, you can put your lenses there. Like you can, if you go pause at work, it'll be like, oh, I still wanna buy that other lens that I plan to buy. So you'll be inspired to work more. Or your picture of your family is like, oh, why will I be why will I be lazy right now? I still have family to feed. They depend on me. Something like that that inspires you. If if you don't have space to put those items, then just don't put it. You know, you can place or in your monitor, you can place there your pictures and stuff. But for me, I'd rather have a plain monitor because it's less distracting. But if you're not into this stuff like me, putting a lot of stuff in front of me or beside me that are unnecessary, just don't put it. Know yourself well because it might waste your time just putting your stuff there, experimenting. It doesn't work. It doesn't change me. I need to. And I need the motivation, but I'm still the same. So there's no use. So just don't do it. Plants or greenery for plantitos and plantitas. So have you experienced when you're inside the office and you want to go to the beach, you want to go trekking, and that's is what the greenery is all about when you place them in your interior. Because green gives you life, since plants are full of life. Unless you're not taking care of them well, they'll be dead. But having a source of life aside from the sunlight can increase also someone's productivity. But some other people, if you're into dried dried flowers or dried plants, which I'm more fond of, then put it in your space. But if your space is really small, you really need to think critically of your decisions, because you can't just place items from here and there, and yet everything in your table is all accessories. You can't place your laptop anymore. You can place your mug of coffee. You can place your notebook. You can write on your table like that. So you should be critical on the things that you'll put on your table. Mm-mm. Comfortable chair, but not too comfortable. So what I mean about this comfortable chair but not too comfortable. Um, we're here to work and not to slack or take naps, right? So if possible, you should get a chair that is right for you. I mean, truth to be told, my chair is just a plastic chair. But if it helps you, if you have the budget, just go get a nice chair for yourself, because it will also make your mind think that, oh, I'm at work because my chair is something like this, that swivels, has has wheels, because it reminds you of the chairs in the office. But if you can work without a nice chair, then of course it's better. Less expense. But if you do, please consider. Uh, this chair is the one that I like, because I am a fond of crossing my legs when I work. Honestly, right now I'm crossing my legs. I mean, yeah, Indian squats, because I'm very nervous. But this makes me comfortable. This position of sitting makes me comfortable. But I don't know if this is already available here. I think this is called yoga chair. And yeah, if you want to, if you want other chairs, then just try it on if you can go to the mall and stuff like that. You should know what you're comfortable with, not just, oh, I just buy that because it's pretty, and then when they sit on it they can't even work properly because it's plastic and very hard. So yeah, next will be, oh, no pillows while working. We're here to work, not to take naps, except for back support. So that's what I mentioned earlier. As what I mentioned earlier, we're here to work. I personally don't have pillows because of that instances. Like, I love to take naps. I love to sleep. So prevent putting pillows on your chairs, if even neck pillows, because it will make you feel too comfortable, which will make your productivity low. We're here to boost your productivity, not to lower it. So prevent the pillows and comfy things. You can place your pillow as a decor after, but when working, if possible, please don't use pillows or use pillows on your backs, unless for back support for some people who have scoliosis or the like. So next will be, put a snack box near you but not beside you. Snacking while working, because why not? Some other people can think better when they're chewing a lot. I mean, not a lot, but while they're chewing or taking snacks, because it functions your brain. Yeah, that's what I read. It functions your brain well when you chew something while working. But that's why I place here, but not beside you, because maybe instead of working, you'll be snacking and finishing everything in one time. Just like what I did before. I tried to I tried putting snack box near me, and I just finished my snacks in a month. I finished it for a week because I can just easily reach it on my table. And yes, my colleagues were a witness of it. So I didn't buy any snacks anymore. I just buy them when I need them. But if you're really a snack person that can work well while snacking, aside if you're very conscious of your diet, just do it just to boost your productivity. Next will be face the wall or face a view. What makes you focus more? So some people don't want to face the open space because you can see a lot of distractions like walking people like passing by. Some will be like just a shadow from the window. It will distract you. Just like me, I get distracted a lot. That's why I go blank for the meantime because there's a door in front of me and a glass door. So every time someone passes by, it distracts me and I go blank already. So that's why my setup is facing the wall. But in the office, not my office, in the office, my position is facing the front. It's facing everyone in the office, but I manage it as time passes by because we're a few already, and I cannot see anyone passing by that that much, so it's fine. You can still manage even though it's not really what you really it's not what you really want. So yeah, just know what you can just know what you really want to make you focus more on your work through the wall or window. So for this, some people might want to put this in their workspace. It's not for all. Some people want to put scented candles, humidifiers, because the calm scents can ease their mind. So if it works for you, especially when you're stressed and you can smell the lavender or the fresh sheets or the Shangri-La scent, if it suits you and makes you calm while working instead of screaming in your mind, then do it because it will lessen the tension of the it will lessen the tension of your mind, especially when you're stressed. But some don't want those scented stuff because it will make them fall asleep. So be also conscious when you're doing putting humidifier or scented candles in your interior. So yes, calm scents eases your mind. Don't push it if it doesn't work for you. Visible planner. Yes, so when you're at the office, you really need to know what to do during your uh, work time. You really need to know what you're going to pass at the end of the day, your goals for the week. You, it's very important that you can see them all the time because if you're type of a person you wanted to place it in a notebook, the will be kept. You can see them tomorrow, so you have the tendency to forget. So for me, my suggestion is that you print a planner, a weekly planner or a monthly planner. There are a lot of free planners online, and you can print it through A3. That's what I do because I tend to forget things. So instead of complaining that I don't know what to do, I list them down and make a checklist of the things that I have to do within the day or the week, deadlines. So I have to do that again. I haven't done this recently because of work from home. Then we went back to the office. Then work from home again. So here, tabletop on screen or wall mounted. It's better if it's wall mounted if you're facing the wall because you can easily see what are the things they need to do during the day or the week. Tabletop is the most common thing, um, but it consumes space in your table. But if it works, then just go with it. And on screen, if you really don't want anything on your tabletop, you can put a to-do list in your home screen. I think there's a program that um, supplies that on-screen planner. But what I don't like in on-screen, you can go full screen on your app on your program, and yet you cannot see your things to do anymore, and it's like tab per tab per tab per tab, and you cannot see it anymore. You have to minimize everything to see it again. So for me, it's very important that your planner is very visible so that your you will know the things that you need to do on the week, on daily or monthly. Uh, for this, clean your desk at the end of the day because tomorrow is a new start or a reset. So it's very important for me. It's very important to clean your desk at the end of the day or your shift because if you're gonna leave your stuff there and you're like slacking and you're very tired, the next day you're gonna see the same stuff that you were complaining about the day before. At least when it's clean, your mind is clean also. It's very clear because you had a reset. Every day is a new start. So yes, you cannot always think that way, but if you're really motivated to go to achieve more in life, every day is a start or a restart. So clearing your desk is an easy step for you to have a clearer mind when you start your shift in the day or in the night. It's fine if your desk during working hours, it's fine if your desk is very messy during work hours because you're working, your mind is working, everything is working. But at the end of the day, just try to clear your desk because when you arrive the next day, it's like a fulfilling thing, that it's like a task that you need to get up in bed and fix your bed. At least by clearing your desk, it's one of the tasks that you finish on that day, even though you haven't passed anything. So what? So what I was saying earlier, um, everything cannot be done. Your task cannot be done if you don't know what your goal is. So figure out and focus on the goal. The plans are useless if you don't know what's your goal. Your planner is useless if you don't know what's your goal in life, maybe a short term or a long term. You should know what you really want in life because without it, you'll be stuck, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you're stuck. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do in life. Even people have that the that that is very successful. Um, I think there are days that they're also like that they are lost, but they keep on going. So just keep on going in life and know how to reach your goal by if you want a condo from Suarez Residences, yes, why not? 'Di ba? Baka naman. Then for if you're into traveling, then make it as your goal. Like don't be like I don't have money. I don't want to work. Like I'm so lazy. So I think that's what makes the drive also when you work hard because you have a goal, Mongod. And or you have a family to feed, or oh, I want my family to visit the beach, this beautiful beach on the weekend or resort. So I want to work hard, not just doing my 8 to 5 job. I will work for them. So or a night out during Friday. It's also a goal, right? If you're into small goal stuff, but there's nothing wrong if you have small goals because we're different and we have different priorities in life. We have different happiness. Just know what what makes you happy and what makes you human. And for some, our goal for the week is to eat some jupsal on the 15th or in the 30th. I want to eat some pizza right now. And yeah, that's your goal. And just do if you want to do some jupsal, then do it. And but some people want a quiet weekend, just reading along their nook. That's their personal goal also. It doesn't mean that they're slacking off, they have nothing to do in life because they're just reading. No, it's not. We have different goals, and you should also respect each other's goal, because not everyone, if their goal is something like this, like owning a unit, and as far as residences, not everyone has a luxury or an extra to achieve that goal. But if they just want this type of life, then let them be, because they're happy. Just let them be as well. or or if your goal is to solve urban planning in the city, then you should go for it, since it benefits not just you but everyone living in the city. So if you're familiar with this picture, if you know Rendon Labrador, does anyone know him here? This is the famous meme that he did. It's like, focus ka lang, uh, iwan mo pati pamilya, iwan mo, something like that. Like, he's very motivated. That's why I follow him in Instagram. Not because he's just hot, but he's very motivated to that. There are days that I don't have drive to work because I'm having my crisis. I don't know where I'm going, and am I lost like that? So sometimes when I see his stories, like, oh, okay, it's like a daily reminder to work hard, because sometimes I can't prevent from comparing myself. Then and yeah, through that, as in, if you have time, you can watch his podcast. He's very outspoken, and is very frank about reaching goals and achieving goals in your life. So if you're very sensitive about other stuff, then just don't watch it. So everything that I said again is nonsense if you don't know or you don't figure out what your goal is in life. So for me, start building your dream, or else you're working on someone else's dream right now. So yes, that's it. I hope I motivated you for being productive in your everyday life and your work ethic. So thank you so much. Sorry.
Jay, I think you're running with some technical difficulties. You're on mute.
Wow, sorry. But that was a very indeed informative presentation. No, thanks, Miss Ashley, for that creative presentation. I mean, who would have
Wait,
thought
I
na
cannot
there's a
see.
science pala behind a productive home setup, Joel? As Miss Ashley presented in her talk, there's
Wait
a
for
lot
a
of
while.
arrangement that we can do, no matter how big or small our designated workspace at home.
Sorry.
Pero what I'm most interested about is making everything you need within reach. In this way kasi we can decrease the time and
And
effort
effort,
spent
yeah.
for unnecessary
Mm-mm.
movement, which is suitable for people who are living at a fast pace. How about you, Joel? Any takeaway from our very, very creative presentation today?
For me, siguro, I think yung favorite part ko is learning to give importance sa fact na dapat aware tayo on how our surroundings affect ourselves and our productivity. Kasi yung iba parang kung saan na lang available na space, andyan na lang sa corner, kasi corner, kahit maraming distractions around. So as Miss
Yeah.
Ashley said nga, 'di ba, even the different colors, yung different types of lighting, yung different finishes, it also affects our productivity. So for me, yun yung favorite part ko sa talk.
I agree with you, Joel. Pero based sa nasabi mo kanina, based sa presentation ni Miss Ashley, no, anong gusto mong color for your interior or work from home setup? Ikaw, Joel.
For me, personally, I like white kasi it looks super
Mm.
crisp and clean and like nakakaengganyo siya mag-work para sa
Yeah.
akin. Pero ikaw, Jay.
Ako, I'm a bit creative around blue, or I'm a bit productive around blue. So blue is my answer.
Blue,
So
oo.
with that, we will now move on, no, to our question and answer portion of our program. So if you have questions for Miss Ashley, I invite you all to drop it in the comment section below. I think Joel, meron na for first question.
Yes, meron na. Wow, ang haba. Wait lang. So, basahin ko ang first question from Miss Judith. Hi, Miss Ashley. What advice can you give po to those na planning na magkaroon ng magandang and comfortable setup for work or online class as well? Like my daughter na nire-request niya sa akin noon pa, pero kapos sa budget. Yes. Give us your thoughts on that naman, Miss Ashley.
So my thoughts on that. I also have a sister that is having online classes, and my mom is also having work from home. So we are sharing the same space. Like I can't even work with other people, so I work separately. But if you have if kapos sa budget, just use the things around you. Be resourceful. Just like what I did for my table, I use a folding table lang nga because that's what's more practical kasi nandyan lang sa bahay for special events if may Anyan, pero walang special event, so no one's gonna use that. So of course I'm gonna use that. So and yeah, and if for your daughter, of course you're gonna give everything that they need one should, diba? So
Yeah,
um
definitely.
try to go Shopee. Shopee really, I mean online shopping really helps, and
Mm. Madami dyan,
during
actually, ma'am.
yeah, oh,
Mm.
11/11 is fast approaching. Oh my
Ay, oh,
god.
fast approaching 11:11. Yeah.
Parang nag-advertise na ako sa online shopping. And
Shopee.
then
Oh.
yeah, because it really helps, no? It's really parang convenient na talaga ang online shopping these days. So just know your like that, know your budget. That's very important, and be resourceful and watch reviews lang also sa mga online
Mm.
shopping ano for your safety so that you won't waste money since kapos sa budget.
Exactly.
And ask your daughter also what she likes for her setup. And yeah, I guess knowing your daughter more would be important for her setup to be accomplished. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Miss Ashley. No, at the end of the day, it's preferences. No, it's
Yeah.
preferences talaga. So, any other question from our viewer today? So
Baka
while
naman meron
waiting,
pa
Joel, no,
kayong
I
ibang
think you have
question
a question
dyan.
in mind.
Sige, wait lang. For me kasi, yung sa family house namin, yung tipo, in connection to the to the previous question, yung sama-sama yung tao sa
Yeah.
bahay. Pero meron namang like mga certain spaces na available. So, paano na lang i-utilize yung space na yun kahit maraming distractions sa paligid.
Yeah.
Um, for me, when uh you have to know if you want to work alone or with other people. If you're a type of person who wants to work alone and you have that certain corner there that it's empty, then go for that corner because you have to focus on your work, and you're also important because you're working, you're earning, you need to achieve your tasks, your daily task. And if it helps you to wear headphones or earphones to lessen the distraction, then do it. Because some other people can work with uh, loudspeaker music, and some people at home can't work with that type of um, setup. So I myself, like last year, palagi kaming nag-aaway.
Adjusting period pa kasi.
Yeah, like, oh my god, everyone is here. Like, I can't. Like, my table is just beside my door. I can see everyone there, and oh my god, parang ganyan. Like,
It's so foreign kasi, no? It's so foreign for a
yeah.
house na magtatrabaho tayo. So, another question from, oh yeah, there you go, from Mr. Jeffrey Galliardo.
Mm.
Hi ma'am, planning magpapagawa kami ng room kids very soon. Ano po masasuggest nyo na matutuwa ang kids ko at room color? So, anong color siguro daw? Nag-ask si Sir Jeffrey. Thank you.
Color
Yeah.
scheme, ganun.
Any thoughts on
Okay.
that, miss?
For that, if you really want to, if you really have the budget, really ask your kids what they want. If they want Marvel theme, kids room, you can go for Marvel theme kids room. There are a lot of yung mga toys na maliliit for that, and collect them and display them in their shelves, or they have a collection. But at the same time, if you want to save money, go for like uh just make the wall neutral. Make Yes, just the wall neutral, and just make the accessories with a popping color because they can be replaced. Unlike the wall, like you need to paint pa, or if you place a wallpaper ni
Which
uh
it's a big move. It's a
yeah,
big
it's a big
move
move.
if it's
You
the
really
wall.
need to consider the fact that ay tatanda pala ito sila, hindi talaga ito sila
Oh
bata
yeah,
forever. So because
exactly, exactly, Miss. I
yeah,
agree with you.
because
Yeah. So
malilimutan yan ng mga parents sometimes na lalaki din ang mga children.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
True. Thank you for that, Miss Ashley. Meron pa ba mga question? I think we have
Questions,
another one.
right?
What is your advice from Sir Romy? What is your advice for working at home setup na di ka madi-distract and for calming things that you recommend? Calming
So,
things na lang.
calming things. Okay. So I suggested earlier yung candles, but I don't know if a guy is into scents. But if you just try lang if you can't afford a scented candle, I mean may ano naman, may mga cheap alternatives naman. Yung mga scented balm, yan ang ginagawa
Mm-mm.
ko. Like, I have it beside me, yung mga white flower, ganyan. Because not everyone can buy candles or humidifiers right away and spend hundreds for that just to try if it can work for them. And also you have to I think you also have to work on yourself, like have enough sleep and you're drinking water properly and
yeah.
enough water because if you're not healthy enough to work, like you're still not calm, you're not very productive for your everyday work ethic. So, and also the mindset also that you really need to be calm because you have a task to be done. So yeah.
Mm-mm. All right, sige. Thank you so much. All right, that's it for our question and answer portion, guys. Thank you so much, Miss Ashley, for sharing your insights with us. We hope everyone learned the science behind interior designing and how it relates to our productivity.
Again, thank you, Miss Ashley, for that very insightful topic. Before we move on to the next part of our program, again, we would like to encourage our viewers to like and share this live stream so more people can learn from the knowledge that our speaker shared with us today. Also, don't forget about the chance to win a prize just by liking and sharing this live stream.
Sige, so let us now move on to the next part of our program. Smart Investments by Vista Residences. Make a smart choice. As you all know, Vista Residences is the vertical development arm of top property developer Vista Land and Lifescapes Incorporated, which offers top-tier properties across the country's premier universities and colleges, most progressive business districts, and transport-oriented hubs. So it was established in 2004 as Polar Mines Realty Ventures and rebranded in 2009 as Vista Residences with over 38 projects in various development stages.
In fact, Vista Residences has 16 years of industry experience present in 10 cities around the Philippines with 57 towers. It has 28,000 total units and 80 billion estimated total project value. We are present in the center of economic growth and commercial activities, Central Business District. First off, experience life right at the heart of Ortigas. We have the Spectrum, a pre-selling project located in Ortigas Center, Pasig City. Vista Shaw, another ready for occupancy project in Shaw Boulevard, Mandaluyong City. And of course, Salcedo Square, also ready for occupancy project in Salcedo Village, Makati City.
Of course, we also have Quezon City, more than just the city of stars. Live a hassle-free condo living in Quezon City. We have Hawthorne Heights and Vista Point, both pre-selling projects located in Katipunan Avenue, Quezon City, and the Whale Tower located in Eugenio Lopez Drive, Quezon City.
Vista Residences is also present in the capital city where unending history and opportunities meet, the city of Manila. We have several pre-selling projects along Taft Avenue, namely Kizuna Heights and Plumeria Heights, and in General Malvar Street, we also have Sky Arts Manila.
Not only that, we also have the regional projects. So experience life in Baguio with Canyon Hill, a pre-selling project located in Pacdal Road, Baguio City. And for Cebu City, we have our very own Suarez Residences Cebu, an ideal lucrative investment located in Gorordo Avenue, Cebu City. And of course naman, we won't forget about The Loop, a ready for occupancy project in Cagayan de Oro City.
Vista Residences also offers a rent-to-own program, making the process of being a Vista Residences condo owner even simpler and more accommodating for everyone. Experience Swiss living in Quezon City with Pinecrest located in New Manila and the Symphony Towers located in Esguerra Street. And lastly, Loriano de Trevi Towers located in Pasongtamo, Makati City.
Yes, now let's move on naman to the last part of our programs where we will be announcing the winners of our Share Our live stream
Wow.
contest. Wow, exciting! We will be announcing now the three winners who can each win
Yeah.
500 pesos worth of GCash.
Yan. So, meron na tayo agad.
Ang bilis!
Ang bilis. So, our first winner is Sir Mark Devin Darilang. Congratulations, sir, sa 500 GCash na prize mo. Congrats po.
Congratulations, sir! Do we have another winner na? Sino kaya magiging second winner natin? Drum roll. Cue drum roll. Sige, while we're
Yung drum
waiting
roll
naman,
pa.
Jay, malapit na ang Christmas. Anong plano mo? May
Oh,
plano ka na
everyone
ba?
is excited. So far, nagpa-plan ahead lang.
Hmm.
Pero probably I'll be an early hoarder. Meron tawag
Mm.
doon. Yan.
Actually, di ba dalawang types yan? Either yung early hoarder or yung mga last-minute shoppers. Like this
Mm.
comment. Ano ba to? Early hoarder ba tong comment na to sa tingin mo?
Oo. Yeah.
Congratulations, Miss Evie Balyana. Congratulations. You have 500 pesos worth of GCash.
maagang pamasko.
Maaga.
Maagang
Early
pamasko
hoarder
from
nga.
Vista Residences. Yun.
So we're still waiting
Um,
for our last one. Ayan, meron na.
meron
Go,
na
Jay!
si Sir ba to or Miss? Sir Sandin Manlapaz. Congratulations, sir, for our last winner for our GCash prize. Congrats po.
Yes, congratulations, everyone. And so, with that, again, we would like to thank our speaker, Miss Ashley, for taking your time and sharing your knowledge with us today about the psychology of interior design and boosting productivity. We would also like to thank all of our viewers today. We hope all of you were able to learn something new and enjoy the talk. Also, guys, if you have any ideas or suggestions on what topics we should cover next in our Investment Lab series, please do let us know in the comment section below.
Yes, we would really love to hear your ideas. We also want to invite you all to our other future events. You can stay updated by following our social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. So, once again, thank you, Miss Ashley. And that is it for today. See you next time, everybody. Stay safe and have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Nothing is as precious as life's fleeting moments. In them, we feel alive. In them, we see the things that matter most. Vista Residences lets you live in these moments by being just a heartbeat away from everything. Whether in pursuit of dreams or in pursuit of the best things in life, no one should be too far away from where their passions reside. We create beautiful spaces to live in the middle of the city, so anyone can make of the moment and live those moments beautifully. At Vista Residences, we're proud to build according to the idea of the global Filipino. We set our sights to global standards while keeping to a distinctly Filipino touch. At Vista Residences, one will never be away from where the heart is, because we will always be in the heart of the city. Whether for leasing or for owning, make an investment that matters. Invest in Vista Residences. It is where life's best moments happen.